The O Cannabis Conference and Expo returns to Toronto, June 1st through the 3rd. This exciting event is free for cannabis retailers and will feature Tommy Chong receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award at the O Cannabis Industry Awards. There are still good booth locations available. For more information about exhibiting or to register to attend, go to ocannabis.com. That's OCANNABIZ.com. Welcome. You're listening to Casually Baked, the podcast, home base for the canna curious. Thanks for tuning in.
It's high time. We had a high time together. Yes, it's a high time. We had a high time together.
Hi, y'all. It's Joe, your host and cannabis lifestyle guide. I've been blowing smoke for half my life. And if you ask my family, they'd tell you it's been way longer than that. But I'm talking about smoking pot, and they aren't around to hijack my podcast. Yet. You see, next week, I'll be hosting Casually Baked, the podcast from my family reunion. I'll be with the parentals, all 4 of my sisters and their spouses, and most of their littles for a long weekend. I always encourage you to talk about cannabis with your family, friends, and neighbors to help support grassroots efforts in your community to normalize what, for most of us, is a very healthy lifestyle. Because of that, I've decided to engage my whole family in a dialogue about cannabis for the first time. They totally support me in what I do. I'm not living in the cannabis closet, but we've never had a frank discussion as a group about the ins and outs of my lifestyle. I'm sure there are plenty of questions and opinions, and none of them are off limits. I'm always ready to listen and shed light on the benefits of cannabis for wellness. I don't know if everyone will participate, but I'm opening the door, and I cannot imagine this won't be highly entertaining and informative and probably quite embarrassing. If you have questions for the fam or curiosities on the subject of coming out of the cannabis closet, email them to ask@casuallybaked.com, and I'll see what I can do to incorporate them into the discussion. I told you a couple of weeks ago that I'm pretty excited about some new products out on the market. Today, I want to dive into those and how they are a reflection of the evolving cannabis product market and where the trends are headed. Before I dive in case you're curious what my qualifications are, have you read Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell? In a nutshell, Gladwell reveals the 10,000 hour rule. The principle holds that 10,000 hours of deliberate practice are needed to become world-class in any field. Well, I am a world-class pot smoker, and because I enjoy experimenting with cannabis products, I've deemed myself an ultimate cannabis consumer. Professionally, I've spent an entire career in sales and experiential marketing. I love commercials, ads, branding, packaging, and the customer experience. I enjoy browsing dispensaries and have marveled over the past 2 years at the blossoming of well-branded products on the shelves. And the exciting part, it is only getting better. I've been preaching mindfulness and microdosing for years, and we're now finding products that support our casually baked lifestyle. The trends in cannabis are definitely moving toward the mainstream consumer rather than the connoisseur. The latest trends in the cannabis product space are highlighted by some of my new favorite players looking for space on dispensary shelves in California and elsewhere. The first trend that's already making an impact is the move from cannabis strains to desired effects. Instead of shopping for a vape cartridge of Jack Herer or Blue Dream, you'll shop for the feeling you want. Do you want to focus or do you want to relax? The simplistic marketing shift changes things for newbies and makes the shopping experience less confusing. I dig it. My clients are totally digging it. If you're a purist, it's okay. I totally understand. I don't want to lose the magic of classic cannabis either. At my core, I am a purist. But we don't have to get all upset at the industry for evolving and getting soft. We can still smoke all of the Jack Herer or Blue Dream or OG Kush flower we can shove in our pipes. Old and new can coexist. There's a time and a place for it all. I like to smoke my flower in the morning and the evening. During the day, when I want to stay casually baked and maintain a functional high, I really do appreciate these new products on the market, whether they're the mints, the sublinguals, the vape cartridges, but all of them that focus on a feeling versus the actual strain, because you do know how you need to feel before you head into that meeting. So it takes the guesswork out of it. I can appreciate that. The next trend in the cannabis product space is the ability to speed up and control the onset and release of the active cannabinoids and terpenes in the product. The major cannabinoids being THC and CBD, but with an ensemble of others whose presence expresses various health benefits. If you aren't familiar with terpenes, in the simplest explanation, they are the essential oils of cannabis. They are responsible for the smells and flavor and offer their own wellness benefits. All of this is broken down and charted in my Cannabis Class Kit, Your Personal Guide to Pot, available at casuallybaked.com. Now, instead of an average 30-plus minute wait time for the onset of a lot of cannabis-infused products, some really diligent scientists in the industry are developing pharma-grade sublingual mists, strips, tabs, and capsules that not only come on fast, but also have time-release capabilities, which will come in handy for treatment of sleep disorders, pain management, and anxiety relief. There's even a cannabis shot on the market in Colorado called Quigley's. They claim to ease the day with a fast-acting, long-lasting cannabis shot without all the crap and calories. Well, okay, wait a minute. For the record, I'm the one that said crap and calories, not Quigley's. What they say is they're the only liquid or edible on the market that has 0 calories, 0 grams of fat, and is gluten-free and caffeine-free. I'll also point out that the cannabis shot comes in a small container reminiscent of a 5-hour energy bottle, but with better aesthetics. Those 5-hour energy bottles fly off the shelves, but they are so not cute. There's one new product line rolling out in California that's really changing the tone of cannabis on shelves in dispensaries. Curista is a pharma-grade line of medical cannabis products. Even the name and logo looks straight out of pharma. It's Curista, C-U-R-I-S-T-A. The line consists of concentrates and a topical and medicinal oral spray, which this oral spray is changing my tune on the liquid sublingual. Rather than using a dropper to deliver a dose of oil under the tongue, Curista's new child-proof pump spray delivers a fine mist with a tangy terpene aftertaste of citrus or mint, your choice. The spicy bitterness of the concentrated cannabinoids is muted with this delivery method. So I don't know if you've ever used sublinguals before, but when you drop that under your tongue, there is a high concentration of alcohol, and so it can kind of sizzle under your tongue, and it's not that comfortable. And because of the concentration, it really does. It's very spicy and hot at the back of your throat. I'm not finding that intensity with Curista's oral spray, which is fantastic. I'll also point out that they are producing high CBD products Their pain reliever is 1 part CBD, 3 parts THC. Their stress reliever is 3 parts CBD, 1 part THC. And their mood elevator is 30 parts CBD to 1 part THC, which is an excellent option for those wanting to onboard into cannabis and not feel any of the psychoactive effects. Right now, the product line includes a pain reliever, stress reliever, and mood elevator. A night relief line is in the works, I'm told. This is going to be a big hit with my parents, my grandparents, and hell, all of the parents who need their cannabis to blend into the medicine cabinet with the extra security of a child-proof container. Which brings me to the next trend I'm seeing. In order to onboard the giant influx of cannabis newbies being born from the current legalization movement, brands are appearing that resemble the cannabis version of your favorite old habits. The psychology is one that I preach to those trying to incorporate a cannabis for wellness lifestyle. Find subtle substitutions that don't throw a wrench in your current routine. For example, my oldest sister is a chain-smoking rule follower, and she will never smoke pot until it's legal in her state. There's a new product out that would provide a seamless substitution for my favorite cigarette smoker who appreciates the ritual of smoking, but one day might want to shift from tobacco to cannabis. Now, I personally have never loved smoking joints. The burning paper overshadows the flavor profiles of the flower and tastes like shit in my personal opinion. The damn thing burns unevenly, and a torn-off, rolled-up piece of cardstock or business card as a filter? Are you kidding me? It's terrible. The whole experience is terrible. I recently stumbled on Coast, a new brand of pre-rolled cannabis cigarettes. And when I say cigarettes, I mean proper, precision rolled. So proper that if I were the younger, more deviant version of myself, I could probably get away with giving it to my sister and secretly getting her stoned as fuck. But I would never do that. Scout's honor. So yeah, this cannabis cigarette, which they prefer to call leaflets because clearly cigarettes have a terrible connotation. So the Coast leaflet is a real deal filter that actually honors its namesake and filters. It filters out the tar while providing a smooth and easy draw. When I first lit the thing, it freaked me out because I felt like I was smoking an actual cigarette. I felt dirty for a second, having an icky tobacco flashback. But then I tasted it, and it was smooth. And it burned down slowly and evenly and ashed no problemo. It was awesome. It's going to be so much easier to share these in smoke circles. And the Coast leaflets come in a flat cigarette tin, so the precious herb rolled in these outstanding can of cigarettes doesn't get crushed. Speaking of crush, I am totally crushing on Chill. Coast is one of those brands I was talking about earlier that's focusing on the feeling rather than a single strain. Their leaflets come in Excite, Chill, and Dream blends of cannabis. I'm not sure of their rollout date here in California, but be on the lookout in a dispensary near you. A new smokeless alternative that's playing on habits as usual is Cannadips out of Humboldt, California. It's just like it sounds. Cannabis in miniature dip pouches that come in the traditional container we all know and love. According to their website, Cannadips blends feature fast-acting, water-soluble THC and CBD formulas that begin working in under 10 minutes. There are 3 flavors: mint, orange, and American. And with all of the uncertainty in the country, I don't even know what American is supposed to taste like. I'm crossing my fingers for the good pot taste. I was given one of the 10 milligram pouches of the mint canna dip to sample. I'm told the THC and CBD will fully release within 30 minutes and then I can toss the pouch, but that I should begin feeling the effects within 10 minutes. At the beginning of this podcast, I thought I'd make things interesting by popping the dip in my lip and feel the effects and tell you about them in real time. Are you ready to make bad days a thing of the past? I invite you to explore the why behind the things you do every day that make you feel awesome. In his new book, Make It a Great Day, author Jarrett Robertson shares small ideas you can use to feel your best. So the next time you're looking for ways to improve your day or mood, you're empowered to do just that. Your day can't control you when you follow this roadmap to thrive. Purchase Make It a Great Day on Audible or online at makeitagreatday.ca. So right now what I can tell you is that I think I'm talking a little bit funny, maybe with a slight lisp. The dip, actually, it tastes really nice, and it's just like I remembered when I would dip with the boys after school when I was a kid. It's spitless, so you don't, it's not ugly. You're not spitting in a cup. It doesn't taste bad. Doesn't make my tummy hurt like real dip would. As for potency, I would say I'm slightly buzzed, but not even close to casually baked. Eating a 10 milligram edible compared to this 10 milligram pouch is significantly different in my opinion. I'll be curious to see how these do on the market. I think dudes will totally be a fan of them, but I'm not sure they're going to provide the buzz that an avid smoker or avid cannabis consumer is going to want. But it's a perfect onboarding product for newbies. So be on the lookout for canna dips out of Humboldt, California. They'll be rolling out statewide in the next few weeks. But I am ready to get this thing out of my mouth so I can stop talking like a weirdo. Canna dip, out. Ugh. Okay. Another trend in the cannabis product space is the desire from consumers for responsible edible snacks and drinks that aren't packed with sugar, calories, and gluten. The new Cali Bushmaster bar claims to be the kind bar of cannabis. Each bar contains 50 milligrams of THC, though, so it's not a microdose serving. I personally cut the bar into thirds. I'm still hoping for a lower dose option that would allow me to have the entire bar and get both medicated while having a healthy snack. And I'm sure it will come. It's just a matter of time. Things are evolving quickly. On the infused drink front, a new product called BrewBuds, BREWBUDZ, is just launching on the scene. This conscious cannabis company is serving up balanced CBD, THC infused coffee, tea, and cocoa in a patented 100% compostable single brew pod that's compatible with all K-Cup style brewers and is designed to return to the land instead of the landfill, which has been my major gripe with the K-Cup coffee brewers from the get-go. So if you're like me and you don't use the Keurig technology, they're going to have the coffee, tea, and cocoa available in the non-pod style, and I believe a high CBD option will be joining the lineup as well. BrewBuds is based out of Nevada and should be hitting the scene in California by the fall. The last product I want to tell you about is an all-purpose solution for home, garden, and travel. True Liberty is a family-based and community-supported business located in Sonoma County, California. I met the owner at the National Cannabis Industry Association conference a few weeks ago. True Liberty bags are great for any meat, fish, poultry, or your harvested cannabis crop. According to their website, the bags are safe to use in your conventional oven, freezer, rice cooker, slow cooker, or stovetop, as they are resistant to cold, heat, fat, grease, oil, and water. And the fact that the bags have an excellent aroma barrier makes for a fantastically versatile all-around home and garden bag. I did the sniff test in person. These things are magical. True Liberty's all-purpose home and garden bags come in a variety of sizes and are available on Amazon.com. The handy multi-pack contains a variety of sizes, so you can buy one box and use it in the kitchen for storage, travel, and transport. These bags are ridiculously sturdy, puncture-proof, smell-proof, and are made from 100% FDA-approved food-grade nylon. They are BPA-free, environmentally conscious, and made right here in the good old US of A. That's a wrap on my latest list of favorite things and product trends to watch for. If you're kind of curious and have a topic you'd like me to tackle in a future episode, email your request to ask@casuallybaked.com. And if you're interested in pushing the cannabis conversation forward, review and subscribe to Casually Baked, the podcast, and share it with a friend. It doesn't seem like much, but the ripple effect is real, my friend. Be sure to tune in next week for my All in the Family edition. We are a loud, lively, and opinionated bunch, so this should be interesting. Eek! It's gonna be like bring your family to work day. It's gonna be so weird, but so fun. I can't wait. I hope you'll join us. Casually Baked, the podcast was created, recorded, produced, edited by the team of Just Joe. Our theme music is by my handsome and fabulous friend Seth Walker. If you aren't familiar with his music, check out his latest album, Gotta Get Back, wherever you are buying your music these days. I know he didn't create High Time for me, but it sure as shit sounds like he did, right? I hope you'll tune in next time. Thanks for hanging out. Psst. Hey, are you still there? I just wanted to let you know, those were not paid endorsements. I was just telling you about some of my favorite things. Just thought I'd add a little disclaimer. Oh, and we should be friends. Look me up on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter @CasuallyBaked. That's me all the time. Why are we whispering?
Hello, hemp friends. This is your host, Morris, from Volume Up, the Let's Talk Hemp podcast, where we explore and discuss all things hemp all the time. From industrial to nutritional to therapeutic to lifestyle, hemp has a place and a home pretty much everywhere. Download episodes now of the Let's Talk Hemp podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Come get loud with me on Volume Up as we take industrial hemp to a whole new level in 2022 and beyond.